Praveen Rod's English Tanglish video lessons welcomes you to watch Remember Caesar, Tamil Nadu Plus 2, English book reading and English simple summary. So before we start, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please help us by subscribing. Let's start. Book reading. Weston, come away from that window. Lady Weston, what? Weston, come away from that window. Lady Weston, moving to him, no one is going to shoot me. Weston, running out of the room and calling to Roger from the landing. Roger, Roger. Roger, very distant. My lord? Weston, has the gardener gone away yet? Roger, no, my lord. He's eating his dinner outside the kitchen window. Weston, tell him to sit under the ilex tree until I give him leave to move. Simple summary of what we read. Lord Weston wants his wife to move from the window, but she refuses. The judge asks Roger to order the gardener to sit under the ilex tree until he tells him to leave. Roger, the ilex tree? Yes, my lord. Weston comes back and goes to the drawer of the table where his pistol is kept. Lady Weston, as he takes out the pistol, oh, Richard, dear, be careful. That is a very dangerous weapon. Weston, grimly important, I know it. Lady Weston, well, I think it is a poor way to foil an assassin. Weston, what is it? Lady Weston, blowing oneself up. Blowing oneself up. Enter Roger with a bowl of daffodils. Weston, looking around at him as he comes in. Has Joel gone to sit under the tree? Simple summary. Lord Weston takes his pistol and he keeps it ready. His wife is comical and says he better be careful, and blowing up oneself is not the right decision. Roger enters the room with daffodil flowers. Roger, yes, sir. Putting down the bowl and making for the side window. At least I gave him your message. Weston, keep away from that window. As Roger looks astonished, there may be someone in the ilex tree. Roger, but do you think they would not troubleshoot you in the ilex tree? Roger, but do you think they would try to shoot you as well? As he indicates the bucket. Weston, who knows when you have dealt with the criminal mind as long as I have. Did you open the window to speak to the gardener? Oh, no, my lord, I spoke through the shutter. Weston, snapping the lock of his pistol. Now we shall see whether there is anyone lurking in the tree. He moves over to the side of the window, peering out with a fraction of an eye. Now, Roger hadn't opened any door, but had spoken to the gardener through the shutters to be at the ilex tree. Weston moves to the side of the window and carefully observes the places near ilex tree. Lady Weston, Richard, if you're going to shoot off that thing, you will please wait until I... She is interrupted by a loud knocking on the front door up downstairs. This is such an unexpected development that all there are momentarily quite still. At a loss, Roger is the first one to recover. Roger. Someone at the front door. He moves over to the window in the rear wall from which one can see the street. He's about to open the casement so that he may lean out to inspect the knocker when Lord Weston stops him. Weston, still at the fireplace. Don't open that window, Roger. But I can't see otherwise, my lord. Who is it? Weston. If you put your head out of that window, they may shoot you without waiting to ask questions. At that time, they hear a person knocking outside. Roger wants to go to the door and open and see who it is, but Weston says he might be shot if he looks outside. Lady Weston, but Richard, it may be some perfectly innocent visitor. The knocking is repeated. Roger, if I were to stand on a chair. He brings a chair to the window and stands on it, but is still not high enough to look down on whoever waits at the front door. Weston, well, can you tell me who it is? Roger, I'm still not high enough, my lord. Lady Weston, at the footstool, Roger. The lady feels it could be an innocent person, but others are not sure. Roger tries to stand on a chair to the window and tries to look down, but he can't see, and so the lady suggests adding another footstool. Roger adds the footstool to the chair and, aided by Lady Weston, climbs onto the precarious erection. Lady Weston, now, can you see anyone? Roger, having seen, scrambling, downing. All is well, my lord. He throws open the casement and calls to someone below. It is only Mr. Caesar, as this information is succeeded by a blank pause. Shall I let him in? Weston. Who did you say? Roger. Mr. Caesar, you remember the man you met on Tuesday at Hampton, my lord? He was to come to see you this morning about groceries. You made a note of it? Helped by the lady adding a footstool, Roger adds a footstool and looks outside, finds a man called Caesar, who Lord Weston met at Hampton to talk about groceries, and Weston had taken a note of it. Weston, taking the crumpled piece of paper from his pocket in a dazed way. I made a note? Remember, Caesar. Is that my writing? Yes, it must be. Dear me. Lady Weston, kindly, I shouldn't have said it was the venomous scribbling of an illiterate. You had better go down and let Mr. Caesar in. Roger, put the pistol away. Richard, dear, your visitor might misunderstand it. She speaks cheerfully as to a child. It is obvious from her lack of surprise that excursions and alarms created by husband over trifles are a normal part of existence for her. Now we understand. Weston takes the note again and reads, tells everyone it was his handwriting. Lady Weston doesn't get angry. She treats it like a normal thing that happens every day, makes fun, and she should not have said some illiterate had scribbled the note. She asks the pistol to be kept inside and says no one can forget a name like Caesar. Weston arresting her as she's going out the door. Oh, Francis, what's in the parcel, do you think? Lady Weston, that was your new velvet cloak, dear. I did try to tell you, you know. The curtain comes down on Lord Weston, ruefully taking the first dripping cloak from the water. Gordon Davier, 1896 to 1952, is a pen name of Miss Elizabeth Mackintosh, a Scottish-born novelist and playwright. She served educational institutions in England and Scotland as a physical education instructor, and soon took to writing novels under pseudonym Josephine Tay. TNPC discussion for Remember Caesar. So the first thing is try to remember the characters: Lord Weston, Lady Weston, and Roger. What are the real names of Lord and Lady Weston? And that's Richard and Florence. Name the writer of this play: Miss Elizabeth. Pen name: Gordon Daviot and also Josephine Tay. Genre of the play: comedy. Nationality of the writer: Scottish and English. Thank you very much for watching the video. Remember Caesar 5 parts.